My name is Harley and I'm in pain all the time. Are you shocked? Probably fucking not, because it sucks ass and it's all I fucking bitch about. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below, but if you're not new, thank you so much for continuing to watch my bullshit. Now, it is a Friday night when I'm filming this, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few drinks, but it seems to be the only way that I can get through this video without just getting angry and frustrated, and to numb my body enough where I'm not in like excruciating pain by the end of the day. So let's see how this happens. Now, before we start this video, if you haven't seen part 1, you should probably click the link up here or click the link down below.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Because it'll explain the first part of this bullshit. There is 2 things I would like to mention, and the first thing is that this incident starts in August 2019 and runs until April 2020. Like, that's a long ass freaking time. Second thing I would like to mention is that this is obviously something that I would like to bitch and moan about, but also after every single incident that has happened in this series and in my life, my fibromyalgia got so much worse, which just shows to me that stress heavily impacts my body. Now let's get into the fuckery of part 2. It was Saturday the 17th of August 2019. Olive and I were at my mother-in-law's and Ty was at a friend's place. I was minding my own damn business, trying to get over the fact that 5-7 days beforehand I had my phone and money stolen when I got a text message on my phone telling me, congratulations on your purchase. You just bought an iPhone XR. No, I fucking didn't. So I left Olive with my mother-in-law and I walked outside and I called my phone provider, who I will not mention because as much as no one watches my freaking channel, I'm not out here to get sued. So I go outside, I call and I say, hey, listen, a few days ago I had my wallet stolen that had enough things in it to use as identity theft. I did not purchase this phone, so please cancel it. They told me that this phone was ordered online. It was ordered using my name as well as my date of birth, which is all listed on my license, which was stolen. Told me that they would cancel the order. As I've now made a complaint and brought it to light. Fantastic. I also try and set a password up with my phone provider so that way if anyone was to call or to ever make an order again, they would have to clarify the password for the account to do anything to mess with the account. And I was assured that everything was set up and that anyone who ever tried to use the account again, including myself, would have to answer some questions as well as give the right answer to the password. Now, after this had all happened and I realized that someone had tried to use my identity, I called up my partner and I told him, like, listen, I'm not comfortable. We need to go home so I can sort this out and I'm not freaking having a meltdown at my mother-in-law's. So I grab him, we all go home, and as we get home, Olive goes to bed. I call up my phone provider again because I'm starting to get emails, you know, confirming that I just had purchased a brand new phone and here is my number and here's the plan I'm on, and do you know if you pay $10 extra a month you can get sports? And I'm like, nah bitch, because it ain't happening. So I walk outside, I call my phone provider again, and I confirm with them that there is no order in place and that there is a password on the account and that nothing is going out. This all turns out to be fucking lies, by the way. Anyway, Sunday and Monday I keep getting text messages telling me to get excited because my order is coming. Do I want to add this and this to my plan? The order is coming tomorrow. Don't worry, we are processing it. It is coming out. It is getting delivered. Please get ready for your ID. And as much as I'm concerned, I was told multiple times that this order is cancelled and, you know, it's all good. However, when I keep getting these messages just continuously, I called again, you know, just to double check, just to be safer than sorry, just to clarify that they're doing their jobs. And I call up and I'm like, hi, my name is blah blah blah, and this is my account number, blah blah blah. This happened to me on this date. Can you please confirm that this account had been shut down? Now they tell me that on the Saturday night that I called and cancelled the account, that about an hour later I called back and was like, JK, I was taking the piss. Actually no, I really need that phone. And so they were continuing to send the phone out. Now mind you, when I called back, apparently there was no password asked, there was nothing brought up about the identity theft on the account, and the person on the other end of the phone, even though all this information should have been provided, was like, okay. Now understandably I was aggravated because I had been on the phone to my phone provider so frequently about not sending anything out that at this point I was like, your fucking mistake, nothing to do with me. I told you it wasn't me. I made the statement that it wasn't me. I let you know everything that had happened and you still send the phone out. So if you're that much of a dickhead, not my problem. Unfortunately, my phone provider didn't feel the same way. Anyway, I got told that if this was a genuine case of identity theft, that I would be contacted in 2 days by the fraud department. Did they contact me in 2 days? Of course they fucking didn't. The woman that I was on the phone to obviously could tell that I had the shits, so she sent me the information that she had. Now this information happened to include this woman who had stolen my identities, full name and address. The next 2 weeks after this had happened, I was trying my hardest to get a hold of fraud because I was like, what are you fuckers doing? Hello. And I could not get a hold of them. It was very much like they will contact you, you cannot contact them. And I was getting a little bit frustrated. So even though I was contacting them quite frequently, I was told 10 different things. So I was told that the phone was remotely locked, then I was told it wasn't. I was told that the phone would be in her possession, but there would be no actual use of the phone. And then I was told she could call, text, do whatever she fucking wanted on the phone and the cost would all come to me. I called and asked if the account was still in my name and they told me there was no way it was. I do not need to worry about it. And then the next time I called, I was told that everything was in my name and that I have a debt to pay. So there was no consistency, no communication within this phone company, which shitted me off because at this point, I should have had like 20 paragraphs of what had happened and what to say to me and how to deal with me. But it just wasn't. Now, if you'd watched my other 2 videos on the last shitty 12 months of my life, you wouldn't be surprised that all throughout this time I was talking to the police. So I had contacted the police when this had first happened to update them, let them know that I think my identity had been stolen. I had contacted them when the bitch called back and said that they need to send out the phone. I contacted them when the phone was sent out and when the phone was activated. Anything that had happened, I was constantly updating the police. Now, I don't think that they necessarily gave a shit, but they were updated. And I was a bit of a prick about it because I wanted everything recorded. A few weeks later, I got a call from our lovely police station and they asked me to come down to make this lovely ass statement. And he's on his computer writing down everything I have to say, taking down all the emails that I have, all the text messages I have, anything that I have on this woman. I give him her name, her address, and he tells me that I need to look away because I am a citizen and I cannot just look at other people's private details, which is fair. When he starts breaking out in laughter, he's like, oh damn. And I'm like, what? What's happening? And he was like, yeah, the shoe fits. Like, I can't say too much, but I do not doubt this woman had done this. She's kind of known to police, and what a dumbass. Now this part is one of those things where I kind of have a laugh because a lot of the police, especially in the area I was in, it was a very high crime area, a very like we're the cops and we're here to fucking take you. But this guy was pissing himself because of how dumb the woman was. Like, you have a criminal history, but you give your name and your bloody address. You dumbass. I was told that I had to make the statement, which I had done. It was a mix of the initial theft and then the identity theft. And I went on my merry way. Now, I was told after I made the statement that I did not have to do anything else. The statement was made, I had a QP number, all I had to do with the phone provider was provide the QP number, and my part was done. Hands off. It's over. Anyway, a month later, I finally got a call from the fraud department of my phone provider, and they had told me that I needed to jump through hoops and I needed to fill out multiple forms in regards to getting this phone contract off my record and the debt wiped clean of my account. And I had the knowledge that I didn't need to do any of it, so I wasn't gonna. If I had the time, if I had the mental capacity, then yeah, I would sit down and do it just to be safer than sorry. But I was dealing with all of this crap, plus more, plus having a baby and being in excruciating pain. Like, it was just not something that was high on my priority. I did everything that I needed to do. I'd already dealt with the shit. You don't need me to fill out a form saying, like, it wasn't me, and then sign my signature, because you already have that from the police. So I didn't do it. That, in this entire situation, was my second mistake. We head to November, where I get a phone call from the local police telling me that they have someone in custody for my theft. However, they explained that they could not link them to my identity theft, which I find pretty bloody stupid considering we have a name and address. He told me that for some reason that there was no sufficient evidence that the person who stole my items also did the identity theft, and if there was at some point sufficient evidence, for some reason it no longer exists. Which sounds hella dodgy, but in the area I live in, not surprised. Now, on the phone to this guy, I reiterated that the phone company was on my ass about filling out these fraud forms because they refused to wipe my debt, and he reiterated that as long as they have the QP number, my hands are clean, walk away, you've done your bloody part, you shouldn't have to be dragged through this entire process, you are the victim here. Tell me about it. So then we fast forward and we are in 2020. Every month since this entire fraud happened, I'd been getting emails about your debt has gone up by $100 to $200, and then there's $50 in late fees, and then blah blah blah. I'd been getting emails about it, but I had ignored it because I had advice of the police officer as well as the police advisor that it doesn't apply to me, it doesn't matter. In February, I started getting emails from someone else, and these people happened to be debt collectors. So I called my phone provider and I was like, do you associate with these people? And they told me no, so I assumed it was a scam. As I kept getting phone calls and emails from them multiple times a day saying that I owe them money, I need to give them money, set up a payment plan, and that they're going to have lawyers come after me, I called yet again to the same phone providers and said, do you associate with these people? And they told me, yeah, actually we do, they're our debt collectors. I then realized I actually had an actual fucking problem on my hands. At this point, I'm so freaking over it, and I'm just like, wow, like, okay, so you have all the information to show you that I have been fucked over, and you not only are harassing me about getting money off me, but now you're sending debt collectors after me. Like, aren't you guys just fucking top notch? And as much as I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get sued, but also, like, I still have to be with these fuckers as my phone provider. Like, I am locked into a contract with them. That kind of... Anyway, after I find out that these people are legit debt collectors and they could legitimately take me to court and also fuck my credit for life, I have to start this entire fraud process over again with my phone provider. Now, I'm pretty sure that they could tell from my history that I would not be an easy person to deal with because I am pretty calm and collected. until we're like 6-7 months after the fact. Still polite, but very assertive and very much, not going to take shit from you, mate. This is a situation. You need to fucking fix it. It's your mistake because you sent the phone out even though I said not to. So they transferred me to the head of fraud. Apparently, I'm not 100% sure, but that's who they apparently transferred me to. Now this guy, he was pretty decent, and the script that he probably read from made him seem pretty decent. He made it quite easy for me to get this over and done with, and he was made to be very sympathetic about the situation that happened, about how horrible it must have been for me to deal with all this stress and having debt collectors come after me, and instead of like a 52 document paper, he sent me 3 documents. Now with these 3 pieces of paper, one of them was purely just like an informational thing of who I need to sign it, how I need to do it, blah blah blah. So really it was only 2, and all I had to do was write how my stuff was stolen, who I reported it to, when I reported it, and the QP number. And then also in the information page, it was who could sign this to make it legal. So I went down to my local pharmacist, I got him to sign it on off. I did have to send it like 3 times, but in this dude's defense, it was COVID, so like I can't really be angry at the dude. And then finally, fucking finally, in April of 2020, I got an email, a very, very short email considering the drama and bullshit that had happened, saying, thank you so much, this is all cleared, blah, blah, blah. I don't actually know what it says, but I will pop it somewhere on the screen. This whole process took 9 months to get one thing sorted. Now, my license and a lot of my identification still has at least 2 years valid. So as much as I have done everything I can to alert as many companies that I've had my identity stolen, there is really not much that I can do. I just have to sit and lay and wait until I get another bill, or I go apply for a loan and then get a phone call or some sort of notification telling me that I have so much debt in my name. And I cannot do jack shit about it. I have called police, I've called all the different companies, and I cannot do anything about that situation. It's something that I forget about quite regularly, but when I think about it, it's actually kind of really scary, because in 2 years, my daughter will be nearly 4, and we might have been in a really good position where we want to buy a car, or we want to buy a house, or whatever the situation is. And my credit is ruined because I've had my identity stolen. Before all of this had happened, because I've been at a home at such a young age, I actually had really brilliant credit. I didn't have much debt to my name, but I had a lot of assets and I had a lot of proof that I can pay my bills, and I had quite a high credit score, and I don't know if I do anymore. Unfortunately, when you have your identity stolen, they can't do much for you. They tell you just to sit and wait. Now, in regards to fibro, after all of this had happened, my left leg started really fucking up. So I had had my knees buckle under me before, but my left leg had such electrifying pain running up through my leg and my spine that I would collapse where I was, and I couldn't walk. And if I could walk, it had to be leaning against furniture, and I was crying and wincing and just like, fuck, every time I took a step. And it was the first time that I had so much pain that I couldn't walk. And that was really scary to me, because I had been in a lot of pain in my life, but this was just such a sudden and definite thing. I have not really gone many weeks without. So yeah, for me, that was the effect of having the stress of my identity stolen. And as I said before, my body seems to find symptoms and just take hold of it, and that's where it lies. Going through things that are traumatic or disheartening or really upsetting or angering or any of that, that's life. It's gonna happen. But these things just all seem to happen within 12 months, and it really just shattered my body and my spirit and everything like that. Anyway, I'm still a tiny bit pissed and my coffee is cold. That is the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also leave a comment or follow my social media all down below because I can't be fucked putting it here. I hope that everyone is well, living their dream, not having their identity stolen, just like not do that, you know? I will catch you sometime soon. I'm joking, I'll catch you this Saturday because I'm annoying like that. But other than that, I'll catch you the next time that I can be bothered. I'm gonna go sleep now because I'm tired. Good night.